In the book The Shadow Spinner, Marhan, a young crippled girl, is trying to figure out what will become of her once her aging aunt and uncle pass away. She is really good at making up and telling stories, which will prove to come handy when Shahrazad, the Sultan's current wife, summons her. The Sultan makes his wife tell him a story every night and kills her the next morning, except Shahrazad. Shahrazad stops her stories and provides cliffhangers, so the Sultan must let her live another day to hear the end. It has been almost 1,000 nights of success, but Shahrazad is running out of stories. She buys Marian to help her. Marian must complete the forbidden and dangerous task of sneaking out of the harem to go to the city to find more tales. After numerous adventures inside and out of the harem, Marian manages to find more tales and save Shahrazad's life. Susan Fletcher was born on May 28, 1958, in Pasadena, California. She attended the University of California, Santa Barbara, and received her bachelor's degree in English. She enjoys traveling to many different places around the world so she can gather new information for her books. Although she is not from many of the places that she sets her books, she goes above and beyond to gain the knowledge needed to ensure the information in her books are correct. She received the approval of the Iranian people on her book The Shadow Spinner. The events in the book were culturally correct, and Fletcher did an outstanding job conducting her research for the novel. Susan Fletcher used 1001 Nights as the base of her book The Shadow Spinner. 1001 Nights is a collection of folk tales from the Middle East. These tales were written in Arabic during the Golden Age of Islam. Commonly, this group of tales is known as Arabian Nights. 1001 Nights was collected over many centuries, and numerous people contributed to the works with many translators. The first European translation, also the first published edition, was made by Antoine Galland in 1704. There is one common denominator in all of the tales, though: the story of the evil king Shahryar and his wife Scheherazade. From this tale, the other stories proceed. Most of the stories are written in prose, but sometimes poems are used to show significant points. Some of the most common stories associated with 1001 Nights are Aladdin's Wonderful Lamp, Ali Baba and the 40 Thieves, and the 7 Voyages of Sinbad the Sailor. Another part of the novel takes place in the Sultan's palace. The fictional Persian king rules in ancient Persia, which for the most part is comprised of present-day Iran, but also parts of Egypt, Turkey, Syria, Iraq, Afghanistan, and Pakistan. The Sultan lives in an enormous palace where much of the novel takes place. Persian palaces were designed with distinct architectural elements such as domes and arches. The rooftop domes could be seen from far distances, as onlookers would gaze upon the city from miles away. On Marian's first visit, she described the dome-shaped roof as almost as high as the sky. Persian palaces were also known to have many hallways and stairs going in every direction. The halls were filled with many rooms and courtyards as well. The palaces were designed to be elaborate and beautiful. Susan Fletcher stayed true to these characteristics in her novel, as Marian describes the palace floors as being inlaid with jewel-bright tiles and spread with fine woolen carpets embroidered in crimson and gold. The part of the palace in which Marian stayed is referred to the harem. In ancient Persia, the harem was a separate living area within the Muslim household that was reserved for wives, concubines, and female servants. In the shadow spinner, a lady, Zainab, was known to keep messenger pigeons and lend them to people, like Abu Muslim, so he can send the story to Marjan. Messenger pigeons were used all over the world up until the invention of the telegraph in 1844. They were the first and fastest means of long-distance communication back in the ancient Middle East. The first known messenger pigeons date back to 2900 BCE in ancient Egypt. Hieroglyphics from ancient Egypt illustrate that these birds were domesticated and trained. They were used to announce important visitors off incoming ships. Messenger pigeons were also used during wars to carry valuable military information and also to signal the whereabouts of troops. During these times, the birds acquired the name war pigeons. These birds are slowly trained day by day to use their homing ability to find specified places and make their way back.
I'm the member of the Calcutta Racing Pigeon Club. Now I am going to speak to you regarding the training of the pigeon. The training of the pigeon starts from when they are only 3 weeks old, when they do not know how to fly. What we do is we put it in a cage, an open cage, and put it in a terrace which is in front of the loft. So the young pigeon, he will see the surroundings and he will recognize all the landmark of the surroundings. And then after, when they become about 1 month old, then we let them out in the terrace and they will fly a little bit up and down, and then they will move about, and then we will again chase them back into the loft. And then we will do this every day, and then slowly they will start flying. They will circle around the terrace, and then after they'll fly up, and then after they'll start ranging out to about 1 kilometers on this side and 1 kilometers on that.
Nice going, Abu. Breakfast is served. Pretty lady, buy a pot. No finer pot in brass or silk. Sugar dates and figs, sugar dates and pistachios.
Would the lady like a necklace? A pretty necklace for a pretty lady.
Fresh fish! We catch them, you buy them!
Another historical element widely presented in the shadow spinner and also the Persian culture was the bazaar. In simple terms, the bazaar was a marketplace where goods and services were sold. The word bazaar has original links from Persian, Middle Persian, and Old Persian backgrounds. Bazaars were found all over the Middle East countries such as Turkey, Nepal, Lebanon, Afghanistan, Israel, Bosnia, India, Iran, and more. The bazaar is located in an area that was established as an important place for trade. There are many different sections of the bazaar, each one built differently and having a different purpose than the other. One of the most famous bazaars is the Grand Bazaar, which is located in the capital of Turkey, Istanbul. Since 1454, the bazaar has operated as a center for commercial business and a civic hub. This bazaar is the oldest and also the largest bazaar in the world. The first section of the bazaar is called the Bedestein, which changed the normal way that trade was taxed and governed. Inside the covered market, the largest part of the bazaar, each vendor had a specific area depending on what was being sold. With the bazaar supporting religious practices, government aspects, and local merchants and businesses, the bazaar was a fundamental part of the lives who benefit from it. Now the bazaar is seen as a tourist attraction. Thank you for traveling all the way to Turkey and back and learning with us about the Middle Eastern culture present and evident throughout the book Shadow Spinner. Thank you for adventuring with us and discovering
A whole new world, a new fantastic point of view. No one to tell us no, or where to go, or say we're only dreaming.
A whole new world, a dazzling place I never knew. But when I'm way up here, it's crystal clear that now I'm in a whole new world with you.
Now I'm in a whole new world with you.
Unbelievable sight, indescribable feeling, soaring, tumbling, freewheeling through an endless diamond sky. A whole new world.
Don't you dare close your eyes. Hold your breath, it gets better.
I'm like a shooting star. I've come so far. I can't go back to where I
A
used
whole
to
new
be. Every turn a
With new
surprise.
horizons
Every
to
moment
pursue.
red letter.
I'll chase them anywhere. There's time to spare. Let me share this whole new